Broadcasted live from the Abbotsford campus of the University of the Fraser Valley.
Johnny, you filming me?
We're on the air on the Vinyl Spinner Show on CiVL Radio, and Gloves is here.
Hey guys.
He made it. Okay, just in time for the record.
Oh, my favorite.
And yeah, it's rantage time here. So here, I'm gonna pass this off to you.
All right, Johnny, let's have a good one.
Okay, so we're going to revisit automatic gratuities.
Oh man, again. Okay.
Yeah. Here, have a little more of the microphone there.
Thank you.
Okay, so here's the thing. We were hanging out at a restaurant. We won't name the name, but we check your notes because we did talk about automatic gratuities before. Now this is the same place where they had automatic gratuities at one point, but they don't have them anymore. But I have a pet peeve where when I go to a restaurant and I go to pay the server just either says, "Would you like your change?" Or it doesn't say anything and just takes it anyway.
Which one bothers you more?
You know what? You know what? I think they're both equal.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I'll tell you why. Because when I used to be a server, I would say, "I'll be back with your change."
Yeah.
And a good server still says that, I believe.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay? So when they say, "Do you want your change?" or when they just walk off, if they walk now, it wouldn't bother me if they walked off without saying anything and then brought back my change,
yeah.
Right? You know? So they both bother me equally. Now, when I remember my total was $20.16.
Okay.
And I had made the conscious decision to give her $22.
Yeah.
Because her service wasn't bad. It wasn't great.
Yeah.
But it wasn't bad.
Middle of the road, yeah.
But I said to myself, if she brings me back my change or offers to bring it back, I'll give her more.
Okay.
But guess what? She didn't, so I didn't. Okay? So that's what I'd like to note here for some of you people who might watch this and might even care.
And maybe servers.
Yeah. Like, if you're ever serving me and you actually say, "I'll be back with your change," I'm going to give you more.
Yeah.
If you just take it or take it and ask me if I want my change back, it's like, yeah, I
do want my change back, in fact.
Yeah, you know? So, and at the same time, I don't want to be a jerk all the time. So usually at a good restaurant, I feel good after I've eaten and I don't feel like getting mad yet. So like, I'm not eager to say, "Yeah, I do want my change."
Yeah, you're not waiting for the chance to pounce on her.
But
yeah.
but not pounce
yeah,
on her.
Yeah, well,
she wasn't worth
depending on the waitress.
Yeah, not this one though. But, okay, so that was my little spiel. What about you, Gloves?
Well, the automatic gratuity thing, we're going back there again. I don't know. It all comes down. I think you got it right on the head, and I'm pretty sure that the most important part is the offer of returning the change instead of the, when someone says, "Oh, do you want your change back?" then immediately they've put the ball on you, and if you say yes, then you feel like a cheapskate. So that's really an unfair question to answer person. You shouldn't be putting a person in a position like that. And as soon as somebody makes me uncomfortable like that, I'm generally not going to be too friendly to them. Now, if a server offers you the change back, then yeah, you're going to be more inclined to give them change. Because who wants coins sitting in their pocket all the time? It's just frustrating. But I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really bother me either way. Usually by the time that happens, I've already made my decision because I tip strictly on service and not weird little idiosyncrasies like our friend the vinyl spitter over here.
Hey.
who can give or lose a tip with a simple question. But that's to each his own, and if that's what you're going for, and you're right to an extent. You're right. I mean, they should never put you in a position where you're going to feel like a cheapskate if you don't get your change, or if you want your change back.
Okay, I have to defend myself here. I'll put it this way. I'll put it another way, because okay. And first, the reason why this still is lumped in with automatic gratuities is because when the waitress or waiter takes the money and assumes that you might not want your change back, it almost becomes an automatic gratuity.
Well, exactly. As soon as they ask you, do you want your change back, then basically they're expecting you. That means they're implying that you should say, no, I don't want my change back. You deserve this tip. They're like expecting you to say that. And you know it, and that's why they ask you that, because 9 times out of 10, a person's just going to go, no, I don't want my change back because I don't want to look cheap.
Now, I will say one thing, though. I did go to one place where the waitress was really good, and she was so good that when she asked me, do you want your change back, it didn't bother me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that all comes with the service. The
service is good. So even though, I admit, I do base my judgments on little itty-bitty things sometimes, but since that waitress the other day wasn't that good,
yeah,
I had planted that judgment call in my mind.
Yeah,
because I was like, well, this waitress is not really good.
You were still on the fence.
Let's see what she does at the end.
Yeah,
and that was the clincher.
Exactly.
That just sealed the deal that you're not going to get more of a tip.
The straw that broke the camel's back, right there. And I think that's how it works. I mean, you make a pros and cons list while you're at a restaurant getting service, and if the cons outweigh the pros, or they're exactly the same, then it's going to be that point where you're actually there, either at the debit machine or with the money in your hand. How that whole situation goes down is what's really going to affect the tip, whether it's good or whether it's bad. Because, I mean, you're not sure yet. You haven't made up your mind.
Yeah, and here's an idea that I was contemplating once. Going to a restaurant with a stack of coins, like toonies or loonies or whatever.
Oh, no, don't even.
Putting a stack of coins on the
table.
Don't
even. I know where you're going with this.
And then when the waitress,
does something good or does something bad, yeah.
Like if she...
I think everybody who's listening to the show knows where you're going with this, buddy.
So when she comes back and offers you water without you have to ask, you add an extra quarter.
Here's a quarter.
But then when the waitress comes and fills your glass and the jug is empty, so she only fills your glass halfway and then walks off, then you take $1 off.
That wouldn't be $1. I don't know. You need to have a stack of nickels and dimes and quarters and loonies, and then sort of rank the problems in the order of importance.
Okay, let's